Hey, what is going on? Good afternoon. This is Coach Tiffany Parr coming at you, taking center stage on the Own It platform, the Own It publishing platform. We got a special show for you guys today. This is just really a part of my heart. This is the Authors Network, and we are going to be talking to some of the amazing authors from the Becoming a Girl Powerhouse Volume 2, which is coming out in a couple of weeks, y'all. So I am going to go ahead and bring in my sisters. Come on in, Kamisha. Come on in, JoJo. Come on in, Gina. What is going on, ladies? Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining me. Woo! I am so excited. Everybody, we just got off an amazing call because we are in the process of just about to launch. So we just went through our bestseller campaign because we know that we are going to be #1 bestsellers, right, ladies?
Yes.
Yes. So I want to just go around the room, and we've got 17 authors in this book, everybody. We've got these 3 amazing authors joining me today. So I'm going to go around the room and I let them introduce themselves, tell us where they're from, and a little bit about their story, just to give you a little snippet. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to start with you, Kamisha.
Well, my name is Kamisha Michaels. I was born and raised in Denver, Colorado. And the name of my chapter is I'm on the other side, motherfucker. Now, my story has to do with my second husband and how he stripped me down to the point where I had no self-esteem. I self-sabotaged. I felt like I had no worth, and it had a profound effect on everything that I touched. And I didn't even realize it. Matter of fact, he was literally sucking the life out of me. And it wasn't until I got out of that situation that I realized how bad it was. Oh my, yeah. It even people around me noticed the difference between when I was in that situation and when I was out. But how it affected my mindset, I couldn't even run my business effectively because I was always talking myself out of stuff. I never charged enough. I never felt like I was good enough. And when I did have good opportunities, I always found a way to self-sabotage.
Wow.
And it just wasn't good. And even after I got out of the situation, my mindset was still stuck there. And so the behaviors continued, self-sabotage. And now I have finally closed that chapter, and it is an amazing feeling. But I have to be honest with you, it wasn't until I went and saw the Woman King that actually closed that chapter. Because when she said she was no longer going to live in fear of the what if, and when she, in that part where she just embraced that nightmare that she was having, and then she decided she's not going to let that nightmare hold her back anymore. That was the day I walked out of that theater and I said, I will no longer let that mindset from that relationship hold me back from what I am destined to do.
That's right. That's right.
Then,
it's a very powerful story too.
New doors have opened. I have a different attitude. I feel like I am back on track. And watch out, because you, me coming.
That's right, sis. Yeah.
Are actually showing up.
Look, watch out, world, okay? Because this one right here, there was a reason why she was asked to be in the Becoming a Girl Powerhouse. All right. Thank you so
I
much,
have to
Kamisa.
say, it took 3 times because the first time I heard about it, I was like, I have nothing. It's not for me. The second time, I was like, I still don't got nothing. And then I don't know, there was something that Tiffany said the third time around that I was like, maybe I should. Maybe I should write about that chapter in my life because that
Yeah.
was the biggest struggle possible. It's almost
Yeah.
like a person who's drowning, you rescue them, but they could still die from drowning,
Hmm.
even though they're completely out of the situation. So,
Wow. Wow. No, and I was so happy when you said yes, because again, I saw the story in you. And our stories are not our stories. I say it all the time. There's someone else's story, and there's someone else out there that is dealing with that, narcissistic relationship, and they're stuck. And I feel that, what you being courageous to share your story is really going to help people to get out of that situation, whether it be a woman or a man, because I've heard about that situation even with men, where you have that narcissistic woman that has their thumb on you, you can't breathe. A lot of us have been there. So I thank you so much for showing up, and I look forward to having our readers check out your story. So thank you so much, Teresa.
thank
All right,
you.
JoJo, Miss Joanna Clark.
It's so nice to be here. Thank you so much, Tiffany. My name is Joanna Clark. I live in Southern California. I live in LA County, and this is I think this is anthology like 6 or 7. I have 3 international best-selling books out already. So this is really exciting. But for those in the book, for their first time, I remember when I wrote my chapter for the first time, I was like, how in the hell am I going to go about this? So what I did is I wrote down everybody that was pivotal in my growth from my bottom, and then I would literally add each person with each book. And then some books had different slants to them. One was becoming a boss, the big ass boss, and to talk about your company. But this particular story in the Girl Powerhouse is a collection of all the different people that helped me out through my rise. Kamisha mentioned something about self-love. I suffered from it as well, and I know it's very common in women, especially in relationships. They're in there a
Mhm.
long time. I've known my husband for about 30 years, and we get into certain patterns and things like that, and we do lose ourselves in our children, in our families, and because they take everything that we have to raise them, we put everything in ourselves in them, and
Yeah.
sometimes we put ourselves to the side, but we don't. It's just natural. I think as a mother, it's natural for me to put my once desires aside. But now that my kids are 19 and 21, it's my time to find
Yeah.
out who JoJo is,
Mm-hmm.
30 years
Right.
later. And it's like riding a bike for the first time, because I'm in a different scenario, different situation. But in my chapter, Les Brown is one of my favorites because he has so many
Bless.
wonderful quotes. So I
Yeah, he
put
does.
several of them in my chapter, and and they were pivotal in my rise. One of them is, if you fall down, fall on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up.
That's right.
Um, he came into my life. Yeah, he came into my life when I was having almost a second breakdown, and I'm like, nope. So he popped up in the feed, and I ended up during COVID. He put together a speaking course that lasted a whole year. So I was a part of the first 20 speakers in that. It was wonderful. It was scary, but it
Mhm.
was good during COVID. Everybody who had businesses had to be creative, so they would put their programs into lessons and then sell those programs. And it was crazy. It was crazy. But it was just crazy how it's so cool how resilient people are. I mean, looking
Yeah.
back, I mean, everybody was like, I worked as a grocery worker for 33 years and I had to be behind lines. And
Mm-hmm.
so I had to feel everybody's emotion and feel everybody's stress because I'm an empath. But to take Les Brown's quotes and put them into ways that it could help me grow and not go through another breakdown, and that's what it did. So I just want to encourage any women out there who are feeling depressed, which I've had depression my whole adult life,
Mm-hmm.
um, to tell it no. uh, I have a show, JoJo's Mojo and Mupo, and I'm going to do quotes that my mother made. No is a full sentence, right? Because
Right.
when we're kids, they're like, no, you're not, you can't say no, sit down, be quiet, fold your hands, it's like I couldn't say anything. Um, and so it's going to be it's amazing to put your story in your own chapter. And of course, Tiffany's going to have a volume 3. So any women that are interested in writing their story, as scared as you might be, go for it, do it, because you'll go to the next level of growth. And so this is an exciting time. Thank you, Tiffany. And thank you,
Oh,
Kamisha.
thank you,
And thank
JoJo. Thank
you,
you,
Gina. And
JoJo.
it's awesome to
You
be here.
know.
Oh, you're awesome, JoJo. Just I love your story, and I love that you're in California here as well because we get to see each other in person. So it's just awesome. But you just, I mean, I watched you grow just from the little bit of time that we've known each other, and it's just amazing just to see you. And I just look forward to watching you grow. And I thank you for saying yes to this as well. Because you didn't have to, but
Well,
you've been through
anything
this
to support,
before. You know what I'm saying? So,
anything to support my girl. You know,
oh,
we have to
yes,
we have to have each other's back,
that's right.
and we have to make sure we lift each other up.
Yes, yes. Girl powerhouses. All right, Miss Gina.
All right. Well, hey, everyone. I'm Gina Nelson. I'm in Portland, Oregon. And Tiffany, I just wanted to thank you for the opportunity to be part of this second volume and also to have us all together and start having a chance to tell a little bit about our stories and with you guys as fellow authors, learning a little bit each time, a little bit more about the story, right? Because we're hearing a little bit of a chapter about each person. Um, but the process of writing has been, very deep, very profound, and created such a sense of community. And I'd say, you know, um, really combating, I think, for a lot of us who may go into isolation with our stories. And so really this process is doing the opposite of that. And I appreciate that invitation, Tiffany, to do. The title of my chapter is Secrets and Grace. And, along that line, it talks about the power, that secrets had in my life and the amount of distraction those blocks of secrets have, either in um, taking up space in our conscious mind or subconscious mind,
Mhm.
or in the sense of energy we have in our body. And so a lot of my chapter, and I really was thinking about what you said, Kamisha, about the feeling that the end of your chapter came at the moment you saw that scene in the movie, that you knew that was the piece, right? That had a message for you that was going to kind of close it. And I feel like the opportunity to do this chapter was an entrance for me. It was an entrance to trust into the process, that there was going to be more for me at the end of the process than when I started. And it's something that I couldn't possibly know, right? I could speculate, but I couldn't possibly know. And so the goal was, and as I share with um, people in the work that I do, is that by having self-compassion for our own stories, it kind of breaks up some of those blocks. and allows us to have more of our free energy, our full energy, our authentic energy to do the things that we do want to do, to be joy seekers. And so kind of without knowing what was going to be on the other side, I knew that in order to keep promoting, to keep sharing what I know helps other people, I needed to do this piece. And so it's Secrets and Grace, and it talks about my childhood and my life kind of dealing with the ramifications of holding secrets. And then the grace part is about all of the ways that I knew along the way how blessed and supported and held and loved and had, little bits, right? Like that and you talk about women and helping each other rise up. Those little things, like it could be the loaf of bread that somebody dropped off after I had my son and I could hardly get out of bed, right? Like that was grace, right? Just showing up. So the other part is kind of recognizing the grace in my life, honoring the grace, and then, turning my compass towards observing that grace and that gratitude. So, yeah, the process has been great, and is along the lines of what JoJo said. Anybody who is curious about writing their story, I think it's an amazing process. And it, I know for myself, I knew I wasn't speaking my full voice, and I was going to have to exercise that muscle. And I feel like that's what the chapter did. It's allowed me to say, this is my truth, regardless of what anyone feels about me or my story, or this is my truth. And I don't think I've had a lot of places to claim that. And so to be able to speak your truth, right, without any rationalization, excuses, this is me, is just a really powerful thing. And I just, Tiffany, I think it's amazing because there are ripples, right? It ripples and ripples and ripples.
Yes. Oh, I love it. I love it. And I thank you for saying yes as well. And thank you for some of the other things that you've done for us, with your coaching and things as well, and just helping people to tap into, themselves to be able to bring this out. Because I know you worked with some of the authors with, that were kind of stuck and just trying to figure it out. So I definitely want to say thank you for that as well. And
my honor.
Thank you for being part of this. All right, ladies. So our next question, what does being a girl powerhouse mean to you? What does it mean? Go ahead, Kamisha. What does being a girl powerhouse mean to you?
I would say stepping into the new chapter of life and not being afraid to own any skill sets, any gifts that you have. It's okay. It's okay to have those skill sets, and it's okay to showcase them and not be afraid. It is also saying, I will not give power to anyone that can alter my destination. Because sometimes we, get beat down so much into other people's beliefs of ourselves that we give them power over us. And we should never give anybody that much power over us, that they can alter our moods, our actions, our attitudes, and how we act. And we need to take that power back and know that our power is our power, and it should not be given away by any cost.
That's right. Yes. Thank you. About you, JoJo. What does being a girl powerhouse mean to you?
Well, my chapters, I didn't say the title, but it's the power within. The power does come from within. I'm in recovery from addiction, and I've been battling it my whole life. I have about 3 years of sobriety, and I'm very excited about it. And there's, as Kamisha said, there is an acceptance prayer, and it does talk about when anything outside myself, if I have a problem with it, I can't let that thing, person, place, thing, or situation affect my life. And I find that it's very hard for women to stand up in their self-love and embrace who they are. And a lot of us, I know myself, try to be other people, um, and not who I am. But what I try to do is to be a girl powerhouse is try to go back. How was I before all the stressors? I mean, the major stressors. Um, all the people that had said all those nice things about me. Who was I then? Because what I've done usually in my adult life is look at all the things that, all the stressors, and focus on the negative things. And so to be a girl powerhouse, you have to not let the negative things take over the positive things, because you have to choose. At the end of the day, you have to save your life. I mean, literally, because there are a lot of takers in the world, unfortunately. That's what I found. Actually, being a giver, there's a very select few of us. Unfortunately, people aren't aware of what they're doing. And as Kamisha said, we do give our power away. So to change from within is my slogan. And because it was the Power Girl House book, I had to put power in the title, of course. So that's why the power within.
Love it. Love it. Thank you.
And it's like, I'm a chameleon. So I do adjust to my situations and surroundings, but at the same time, I'm not going to let anybody tell me that I'm stupid, dumb, or even myself. Say no. Like, I was down the other day, right when I woke up, and I'm like, what the hell, right? So I said, shut up, get out of bed, right?
Yes.
And I was like, it worked. I told myself, like a mother tells their child, get out of bed.
That's right.
School, get dressed. I literally did that to myself because I'm really actually tired of giving into my depression. I'm really tired. So it's about taking your power back. Kamisha's right. And I just love all you women so much. I admire your strengths and your gifts. And the last thing, don't ever compare yourself to somebody else.
That's right.
We are who we are. And
you
are all uniquely different.
That's right.
We got to figure out who we are. And that's being a girl powerhouse, figuring that out. And don't give up. Just don't give up. And just let her rip, you know.
That's right.
Have a great day.
Awesome. Thank you, JoJo. All right, Gina, what about you? What does being a girl powerhouse mean to you?
Yeah, I have to just comment on that, JoJo, about being yourself. I was at the high school play. They did Mamma Mia the other day. And in the back, all the kids listed their favorite sayings. And one of the kids said, be yourself. And if you can't be yourself, be a mermaid. Mermaids are cool. And I just loved it because it's like there is no other choice. Like just be you know. And be you, celebrate you. And so I just love the little tease on that. But yeah, so being a girl powerhouse, to me, it means, choosing courage over fear.
Yes.
Choosing community over isolation. Choosing self-love over self-hate. And they are, JoJo, as you were saying, they're choices. They're like literally daily, moment-to-moment choices that arise. And it's being aware enough and courageous enough to choose what we know is best for ourselves. And then because of that, right, the goal for me, the inspiration for me, I guess the inspiration is so that I can rise up, right, for myself, and then I can rise up and then help other people, right? So it's those daily choices of that kind of fork in the road that we all get because we're human, right? And it's just knowing ourselves enough to make those courageous choices.
Love that. Love it.
How about you, Tiffany? How about you?
You know what? For me, I think being a girl powerhouse is showing up unapologetically you. I mean, I am silly as all hell, and y'all know that. Y'all have seen me show up just, I love to laugh, and I will laugh. I don't care who's around. I dance to my whole different beat of my own different drum. And that I used to hide behind that. And being a girl powerhouse is coming out from there and being able to show the world your gifts and being able to also, like somebody in here said, like trying to be like someone else. That's that imposter syndrome. No, we don't have to have the imposter syndrome because we are amazing exactly the way that we are. We just have to embrace that. And that's what being a girl powerhouse is embracing you and just, again, showing up unapologetically you. If you want to act silly, you're going to act silly. If you want to wear a hat that you've never seen anybody wear, you just want to be just you be you. And you be you without any jealousy of anyone else. That's what, that's what our group is based off of, is being able to show up in a safe space and to be able to just be you and not have any jealousy or anything else. We are all here to celebrate each other, and that's what it is for me. So yeah. And I just love you ladies for just being a part of it. I mean, I created this group during COVID because I got laid off from my job. A little bit of a gut punch, but I mean, I needed to go anyway. But I just needed the support around me. So I prayed about it. And lo and behold, God has blessed me with over 300 amazing women. And even though I don't get to talk to each and every one of them all the time, the love is there. And it's just awesome just to know that, we have that impact. I mean, and we just want to continue to have that impact. So thank you, ladies, for showing up and having that impact.
Thank you, Tiffany.
So we're going to go ahead and cut to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back. All right. And we are back. That was a commercial from one of our fellow girl powerhouses. Shout out to Michelle Mufo. Prayers to your father. I know he is in the hospital, so we are sending prayers to our sister out there and her family. So thank you so much. So, all right, ladies. So we're going to get into a little bit of personal stuff here. We talked a little bit about the chapters and things, so we're going to have some fun. So I want to know about some favorites, y'all. So, all right. So what is your favorite food, Kamisha?
Oh man, that's hard because it's a toss-up between Mexican and Italian.
Yours too, JoJo?
Yeah.
Like when she said it, I was like, wait, why is that mine too? Like, Gina?
Same. And it's like, seriously, you just take some like garlic, some tomatoes, come on, and you put it on something and it's all fresh. Like what? And if you can add a little pasta or a little corn tortilla, one side of the, I mean.
All right. What was your dream car, Kamisha? Growing up, what was that dream car that you just knew you were gonna have?
I believe it was I don't even know.
Make one up.
It was a sports car that Dodge made. I can't even think of the name.
Charger.
Challenger. Dodge Challenger. Yeah.
Challenger?
Yeah. I remember my mom was buying a new car and I was just stroking the car and I was like, ooh, this is what I want to drive. But little did I know. If I would have known Bentleys back then, I would have chose the Bentley from the get-go because I love the Bentley GTs. Those are my favorite.
Okay. Thank you. All right, JoJo. Look at JoJo's face.
All right.
I figured time you raise your own cattle for your seats and interior, that's the club I want to be in. That's the
Wow.
What about you, JoJo?
Okay, when I was a kid, I think it was a Corvette, but because I'm one of, may I say, one badass. Now it's gonna be a Lamborghini.
All right. Okay.
One
Those
percent.
are sweet.
Nice. Okay. What color?
Red, of course.
All right. All right. Look, she waiting for tickets.
And my favorite food is nachos. Supreme.
So Mexican.
All that crap on there. Yum.
Right.
And are you eating that in the car? Because you kind of brought it up after you talked about the car.
I know, right?
Is this happening while you're driving?
I eat, drive, put on my makeup, and do it all at one time.
You're amazing.
Look, she multitasker. All right, Gina, what about you? What was your dream car?
I did not have a dream car. I still don't have a dream car. I don't know why. I grew up in Chicago. I don't know. You take public transportation. But I remember whenever I see, it's like a Bronco, the old Broncos. I don't even know. They're kind of like a Jeep, but they look like cooler than that. I always thought that would be kind of badass. You just go anywhere. Or like a little mini blue bug. One of those. They're very similar. Little baby blue bug or a giant Bronco Ultra. I
always love Corvettes, and I'll tell you, my father bought a Corvette. It was like after the divorce, it's like, you go. He went into, I don't know if it was midlife crisis or what, but anyway, he had it was like a burgundy Corvette ZR1. And he used to always talk about, I'm gonna get it. He used to love like the 1950s Corvettes. So he, shared those with me here and there. And yeah, when he got that Corvette, man, I said, I'm gonna get a Corvette one of these days. But I will say now though, I think I'm starting to lean into the Lexuses again. Not that Lexus. I like the IS 250, the IS 250 and the IS 350. I love those. They're small, sleek. A little too much speed though, because I'm a lead foot. All right, ladies. So let's go around the room. We're girl powerhouses, and it takes a lot to be a girl powerhouse. We're showing up in so many different ways and things. So what does your self-care look like? Because we have to give ourselves that self-care. So Kamisha, what does your self-care look like?
I love getting my nails done. That is my favorite thing to do. Pedicure and nails.
All right. I love it.
You just sit there. You don't have to worry about anything.
That's right. We just get to be pampered.
I love it. You can watch your iPad. You're just like in your own little world.
Right. Love it.
Don't talk too much to me while I'm getting my pedicure. Let me enjoy this time.
Every once in a while, you get that one that wants to continue to talk.
You know what I did? I was at this luxury spa, and this lady kept talking to me, and I'm like, shh. I need my peace. Okay? I come here to chitty chat.
She gave her the shit.
Yes.
All right, JoJo, what about you? What does your self-care look like?
I have two things. The first thing, I like going for walks in nature. I like going in front of a fountain or water of some sort and doing a meditation. That makes my day. Like in the beginning of the day, I love doing that. It fills my cup up to go out for the day. And of course, I'm with Kamisha. My nail lady, she said, Joanna, you got to do you. So I do my nails because my nails don't grow. They break off all the time. And if you're wearing your nails, it makes everything else look good.
That's right. Yes. I love it. Thank you, Gina. What about you, Gina?
I have to say anything alone. Like honestly, when I
Mm,
feel like I'm coming a little bit undone or I'm a little sensitive for my own self, right? Like I'm
yeah,
reacting, I'm overwhelmed, then just having alone time, sometimes I call it caving up. Sometimes
yeah,
it can be at home. I'm going to cave up in my own little space. I'm going to get all cuddly, do whatever, get, iPad, whatever,
yeah.
even be on the phone or going out, just walking around, just being alone because I feel like that I can just be in my own reality and I don't have to
Mhm.
have a lot of that inner dialogue going on. It kind of quiets
Yeah,
down a little bit. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Ooh, I love that.
And I
Ooh,
like myself. I like my own company. I think I'm hilarious. I tell myself
okay,
jokes. I mean, my jokes get wasted around here with my family. I'll say jokes and I get nothing and I'm like wasted. I've wasted that on you. It's not worth me doing
You're like,
this.
what, crickets?
Right. So
I love it. Oh, I love what you said to JoJo, like the grounding, getting out in nature. That's my thing for sure. Getting out there, walking barefoot in the grass, and I love hugging trees and things like that. So you'll see me out there hugging trees. I mean, I've got so many pictures of myself hugging trees. I don't know. And as you're hugging the tree, and I'm just like, and people walking by staring at me, but that's okay because I really do feel that energy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can feel it. They don't have to know what I'm doing, but it is very healing and just it's just nice. So, and I also agree with you, Gina, too. Like being alone sometimes because of the fact that I'm always around so much and so many people. I love being by myself sometimes just to be like, I hear nothing.
I get that same feeling going when we go to the beach. It's like
Mm-hmm.
that is, it's like I might as well have gone on vacation for a whole month. Just
Right. Yes.
2 hours in the water, 30 minutes in the water. I come out refreshed, like let's kick some butt.
That's right. Like that's Mother Earth just loving all on you right there in the water and stuff too. So that's love it. All right, ladies. So we're gonna cut to one more quick commercial break, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna give some words of wisdom and encouragement to our audience. So we will be right back. And we are back. Look, I was back here dancing like the little man back here. I love that commercial. It's too exciting. So, all right, ladies. So let's go ahead and can we just give share some words of wisdom, some encouragement with our audience tonight? We're gonna go ahead and start with you, Kanisha. What's some just share some words of wisdom or some encouragement?
I would say the biggest thing is don't learn to forgive yourself. Do not waste time holding on to whatever you did wrong. Learn to forgive yourself. The faster you can learn or you can forgive yourself, you can move to the next stage. But as long as you are beating yourself up, you're just holding yourself back. And when you finally let it go, you will look back and be like, why did I waste all that time? I could have been 10 times further.
That's right. That's right. Ooh, don't waste no time, people. Don't waste no time. Thank you,
I
Kanisha.
wasted 10 years beating
Oh,
myself up. And I can't get those 10 years back.
That's right. That's right.
It,
But you know what? You can make the next 10 years as amazing as they can be, right?
that's right. But why waste that time? Life
Yeah.
is short. You're not guaranteed to be in a year, 10 years, whatever. So,
Don't stay stuck. Thanks, Felicia. What about you, Joanna? What's some
Well,
words
let
of
me.
wisdom?
Oh, sorry.
Good.
Yeah, let me piggyback off of Kamisha. Now, the words of advice I would give is isolation. I know you ladies like being alone and you like your alone time, but when you're in the thick of it, isolation actually is the worst thing you could do for yourself. So, what I suggest is you find one person to confide in when you're having a struggle. I support groups 100%
Yeah.
because there's a saying where two or more are gathered in God's source universe's name, He is there. His spirit is there. I mean, I feel the spirit here on this call today. I feel the energy. I get chills, just even talking right now about it. But find somebody, reach out for help, because there's help out there. Come on, there's got to be at least one person you can turn to when you feel like you're going to lose your mind. And I make sure that I'm surrounded by only quality people. I don't listen to anybody that tells me I can't do something anymore. I do it anyway. And also listen to your instincts. Listen to what they call your GPS system. Your Listen to your gut, because your instincts, you got to follow your instincts, and it's very important you do that. Listen, just listen and pay attention. But isolation is the worst thing I did in my addiction. My family had no idea what I was doing by myself. And and so when you're alone, reach out. There's hotlines of every kind. Domestic violence hotlines. I mean, there's all sorts of help out there. You are not alone, and get help. If you want to reach out to me, Joanna Bricker Klein on Facebook, DM me if you're having a struggle and you don't want to live. Just get a hold of me and I'll talk you through it, because no one's died on my watch. So just don't feel alone, and make sure you take care of yourself, and you matter, and you're the most important thing in this world. So
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jojo. Thank you. All right, Gina.
Yeah, that's beautiful, Jojo. And one of the pieces I was going to share, as far as words of wisdom, is just that you are not alone.
Yeah.
That you are not alone, and that our needs, right, by claiming our own needs and reaching out, actually offers another person the opportunity to fill a need they have, which is to maybe give or to be connected in some way.
Yeah.
So I know in my isolation, I would forget that there is community, right? And that we all have these parts that we play for one another at different times. And so by taking that little step forward that just says, I'm just having a rough day, even if it's as small as that, and that's as much as you want to share, just that reaching out will connect you with someone that doesn't necessarily only serve you, but serves the other person, serves the village, serves the community. And so it actually is a gift for other people. And then the other thing is that, your unique voice, you have people waiting to hear, your unique voice. And whether that's sharing your story or sharing your talents or whatever that is in your life, that there's nobody that can do what you do. And so your people are waiting, they're circling. And when you choose to voice what that is, they're there. So, so that's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Gina. Wow, this has been an amazing call today, amazing show. My words of wisdom and encouragement, everybody, just continue to show up. Just continue to show up. If you need someone, show up and ask. If you're that person, that leader that has that ability to be able to uplift people and help them to get to the other side, show up. If you have a story to tell, show up. Just show up. I love y'all so much. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to our book that is launching December 1st. We will have the ebook out. And look, y'all, We are also having a women's conference, the Girl Powerhouse National Conference here in California, January 28th, and a special spa day on the 29th. These ladies right here, they're going to be here. The rest of the ladies, I'm hoping they're all going to be here as well. We have a lot of seats to fill. So if you guys are interested, reach out to me. Let me help you get in the room so you can meet these amazing ladies as well as some other amazing, awesome women that can help you to just uplift you, level up, and get to the other side. Love you so much. And guess what? We'll see you next time. Take care.
Thank